Hodges settled in Southwest Virginia after spending his early years in Texas, Mexico City, New York, and Massachusetts. For more than 20 years, he's been involved in the music business as a touring musician, studio engineer, artist manager, and in promotions, marketing, and talent buying. Those skills come in very handy now as co-creator with wife and partner Erica Johnson of FloydFest, the multi-day, multi-genre music festival celebrating its 11th year. The former owner of Oddfellows Cantina in Floyd, Hodges took the plunge in 2002 by staging the first FloydFest. 11 years later, heavyweights like Alison Krauss and Jackson Browne will appear at the festival this July. Kris Hodges, welcome to the interview.
Thanks, Gene. Thanks for having me.
You know, the bio that you sent me, you actually said that you actually dropped out of the music business for a while and became an organic farmer, was supplying farmers markets and all that?
I did. I think that lends itself to the overall holistic presentation that we bring to everything we do. You know, it was at a time when I just couldn't tour anymore. It wasn't making sense. You know, you're touring or you're sleeping in you know, bad one-star hotel rooms. You're eating whatever you can get on the road. I mean, the Black Keys said it best. You know, we used to love it when we were on the road. The most important decision we had was which fast food restaurant to eat at. Right. So that just gets old, you know. And I decided to settle down and learn the other aspects of quality life. You know, I definitely, obviously, believe in music is lending itself to, you know, a quality life, and well, food is one such thing. I think the whole movement with you know, healthy food, proper diet. What is it to eat properly, and what does diet really mean? You know, and that's part of a healthy life. So I got heavily into organic farming. I just wanted to slow down. Right. You know, get my hands dirty and breathe some clean air. So I moved to Floyd and met a beautiful woman, and we started organic farming.
Erica. Right.
Erica Johnson, my lovely partner and mother of my 2 children. Right. So yeah, we started our organic farming company, and I made green salsa, which sold by the cases at the farmers market. Salsa, right. Yes, the legendary green salsa verde, which led us to open up Oddfellows Cantina in downtown Floyd. Right,
and Oddfellows, which is still a good place, and that sort of got you back into the music business, correct?
It did.
Because you were booking music acts.
It was a venue, and you know, what goes great with food is great music. Right. Great wine. You know, so we took a lot of the local aspects, and there was a plethora of wealth there in Floyd in the Appalachian Mountains with both your farming and your local Appalachian music and roots music in general. So it was a no-brainer, and it just took off. And after about 2 years, we're like, let's sell this place, which we did, and we actually turned a profit. Right. Can you believe it? And we started FloydFest in 2002.
You know, FloydFest has just grown. This is the 11th year now, Kris. It's just grown so much over the years, but you know, I mean, what was your original vision for FloydFest, and have you sort of maintained what you wanted to do with your original vision?
That's a good question.
Or has it evolved over the years?
I think every great thing evolves, and that's the difficult. Whether you're in a relationship with a woman, whether you're in a relationship in a business or a musical endeavor, I think the trick to keeping it fresh and hungry and alive is evolution, and with that is imagination. And friends ask me, you know, what are you going to do next? You know, how can you top last year? It's like, well, how am I going to top, you know, my relationship with my lady, or my children, or life, or myself, or my health, and all these things. I use my imagination, and I apply, you know, positivity to it, and hopefully that will lend itself to a beautiful end game result. And so, to go back with FloydFest, how has it evolved? How has it changed? Is it still in line with the original vision? You know, I think about this constantly, and that's the great trick of starting a creative business. And yes, it is. It's not easy because you have so many more variables that, you know, interplay with you as you go along. But the initial vision was that of community, was that of healthy ideals, healthy living. You know, and being open-minded and open-hearted, and you know, that first year was a testament. You know, I knew it when the hurricane hit us that first year.
Right, because the first year was in September, which is more
in September,
weather,
and I thought we were going to have the nice harvest kind of, you know, showcase the farmers of Floyd and world music, and the Harvest Festival of great ideas. You know, was the idea behind it, and the hurricane hit us. And I'll never forget sitting there in the downpour and you know, knee deep in mud, and the stages were just, you know, almost falling in. Right. And I said to myself, this is a test. You know, it's like nothing is easy. In fact, the greatest things are born from the greatest challenges.
So at that point, you weren't saying, I'm packing this in, I'm not doing this again, this is crazy.
You know, and that's the funny thing. I think with art in particular and artists, they're going to see their project through, no matter of the economic climate, no matter what even your health is, what your resources are. It doesn't matter. You're going to see it through, and you're going to find a way. And that's, I think, the test of great art.
You know, for people who have been to FloydFest, it really is, and it's family friendly. There's people all ages there, but it's more than just music. There's all kinds of foods, a lot of them very healthy. A children's universe. There's places you can go hiking and things like that. And
it's a lifestyle. You know, we want to kind of promote a healthy lifestyle. What is a healthy lifestyle? And to go back on what art is, you know, the National Endowment for the Arts, great honor. They contacted Erica and I, wanted to speak on behalf of festivals across the nation as what is the art of festival. And one thing that we tried to convey was, well, the art of festival is the art of community, the art of living. And with that, you know, there's great art, of course, music, crafts, paintings, photography, jewelry, fashion, and great cuisine, great craft brews, microbrews. There's great local wineries. Virginia's, you know, number 5th in the country in wine distribution.
And you've helped run the Vintage VA Wine Festival
yeah,
last
because
couple
of our
years?
proximity on the Blue Ridge Parkway with all of the wonderful winery Chateau and Ville Appalachia, and you have Amrine's down the road, and all these great wineries. They saw what we were doing with FloydFest. We're like, hey, you guys would be a great management team for wine. And I have to pick what I want to present because it has to mean something to me. And I've really fallen in love with the art and craft of winemaking, as well as microbrews. And you know, that's a trend happening in America. I think people want quality.
Sure.
So that lends itself to that. So as far as lifestyle, yes, outdoor activities, huge. I'm a mountain biker. I run marathons, and you're running now. It's great.
This is my second marathon.
Yeah. Keep it going. It's just it's a lifestyle. You have to keep going. So we want to promote that. So within the festival, we have all of these wonderful things, and we have a children's stage, open mics for kids to come on and give us their best. You know, I have my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter is going to be actually running the open mics this year. So we want to integrate family. You know, it is something for all ages, whether it's the Virginia Folklife Workshop Porch, which has world-class workshops on Appalachian music, and that lends itself to kind of the older demographic. They love that. They love, you know,
sit on those benches and just listen
to gospel and stories and just you know, amazing musicians. It's everyone. It's from the White Top Mountain Band, local amazing string band, all the way to Sam Bush is one of the big ones, or Hot Tuna with Jorma Kekkonen, and we've had just all kinds of guys there. And the village we have down, we have 10 stages, and with every stage, it's not just a stage, it's an experience. And that's what we try to create. We try to create pockets of your experience. When you drive down the road, there's many different experiences, whether you're driving by Tanglewood or you're driving up to Bent Mountain. You know, it's a different experience. So we want to create that within the community that is known as FloydFest. So there's all kinds of things: healing arts, massage, yoga, to kung fu, to fiddle workshops, to amazing performances, to food, to wine, to beer, to trapeze lessons. We give trapeze lessons. So there's everything.
You studied ethnomusicology.
Yes.
Years back. You've traveled to Africa and I think Central America looking for music acts. And just talk about, you seem to have an uncanny knack, Kris, for finding music that no one has, most people have never heard of, but just great music and all that. And did that come out of studying this ethnomusicology, or
it did? That was really the fuel behind it. I fell in love with music at a very early age. My mother, God bless her, gave me choir lessons at the age of 4 and piano all the way through, you know, and a lot of the times I was disgruntled because I had an idea of what different music was, and I also loved the music that was always playing on the radio in the 70s, you know. I just really tapped into that. So music has always been a force in my life, and when I studied ethnomusicology for 3 years, that gave a wider palette, so to speak, of the human experience. And with that, being a drummer, I fell in love with the African sounds and the rhythm that has fueled all of popular music. I mean, you cannot name one bit of popular music that does not have the influence of the African rhythm in it. You just can't. And the African diaspora that has been distributed across the world has created some amazing gumbo, so to speak, of music and style. So yeah, I fell in love with the African music. I've traveled there. And you know, being a promoter, not only do I love roots music, and obviously, you know, the African diaspora and what it's done to the rest of the world, infused with American roots music, the Irish sounds, the French Canadian sounds, the Hawaiian sounds, the Central Latin sounds. You know, it's all over the map. It's beautiful. I've become well versed in studying every style of music just by virtue of promotions and what has come my way. So it's funny, where I used to be a musician, nowadays I've honed and perfected, or trying to anyway, the craft of understanding what a band is saying, what the music is saying, you know, what does it stand for, what's the sustainability of it.
Right.
It's a really amazing thing, what promotion has done in the art of listening to music. So yeah, I really tap in, try to anyway, of what the musician's trying to say.
Real quickly, this year, maybe what, 100 or more bands, and at the very top, people like Alison Krauss, Bruce Hornsby, Michael Franti, Jackson Brown.
Yes, hallelujah. I'm excited this year. You know, it's taken 11 years to get to the point where I can really start to program the type of festival I really want. You know, the budgets were really small in the beginning, and this year, you know, and more bands are you know, responding to what FloydFest is. It's a different kind of festival, you know, and Jackson Brown contacted me, you know.
Did he really?
Yes,
Okay.
wanting to perform at FloydFest, because it's a different kind of event. It defies hype. It defies you know, commercial music. It defies economic you know, how do you put it on? How when we have Blues Traveler 3 years ago, can we sell you know, a festival almost out, and then last year we sell it out?
Right. You sold out. We had 1 or 2 days sold out last year, correct?
We had 2 days sold out, Friday and Saturday, and this year we're looking to sell out the whole thing, because we provide much more than just the music. It's the experience, and that's what we're trying to, you know, portray. So yes, the programming this year is off the charts, and it's only going to get better from year to year.
Real quickly, about 30 seconds left. You ever sit back, Kris, and just say, wow, you can't believe where this has gone?
I don't have time. Unfortunately, I don't have time. What I want to do is sit back after it's all done with my feet in the sand and say, wow, whoo, it's done, you know. You know, it's amazing. And like I said earlier, you know, when we first saw it, I was going to see it through. And I kind of saw the end game. I think if you can see it, you can be it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I saw it back then, and I'm seeing it through, and just working hard every day to make sure it's the best possible event.
Right, we'll have to leave it there. Kris Hodges from FloydFest, great seeing you again.
Thank you very much.
Our guests today have been Josh Gilbert from Mountain Junkies and Kris Hodges of FloydFest. I'm Gene Marrano. You can look for me in the Roanoke Star-Sentinel, Valley Business Front, and in Play-by-Play. And you can listen for me on Fox Radio 910 AM's Roanoke This Week on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Don't forget, you can watch segments of the interview online at YouTube. Just search by my name. Until next time, take care.